Hello, everyone, and welcome to another intriguing episode of A Mother's Body, Raising Multicultural Children in the United States of America. My name is Omolola Adekoya, your regular host on the vlog. Last time when I talked about how our dressing, affects our children, and how our dressing, depicts our values and inner personality. And we have a way of, bringing this out in our children, the unspoken words in adults, especially regarding dressing. You see it in their children when they dress their children up to go out or to for occasions, And this week I'll be talking about dressing our children, especially our little girls. How do I, as a parent, keep the little in my angel, and how do I keep the little in my prince and my princesses? So, and really the boys, I don't have any issues with the boys, because hey, every time you go to the store, you find appropriate dressing for the boys. But with the girls, it seems to be a struggle, and I realize that the electronic media and the print media are not doing any justice to this either, because our young girls have become symbols of sexuality. They tend to be sexualized. Even the dolls they play with these days, you realize that in a way it's kind of sexualized, and that is so inappropriate, because sometimes I wonder what message are we passing on to this younger generation, that we are hoping to grow up to become men of integrity and women of integrity. Women or girls, we are hoping to grow up and build self-esteem, to love themselves, to value themselves, to value their culture and the environment, and to give back to the society. Now, if we are dressing our children inappropriately and sexualizing them, especially the girls, how do you expect them to grow up, to appreciate themselves and to value themselves as women and as young girls? So this week I'll be talking about what inappropriate dressing is, especially for young girls, and what is appropriate. And then I'll be talking about makeup for children, which to me, I don't think it's necessary. And I will also be talking about shoes. Yes, the shoes that our daughters wear are very, very important. So in the course of researching for this topic, I came across so different articles, but one in particular caught my attention, and that was the twirly girl. The twirly girl, it was an interview. I really don't know much about them, which of course is something I have to do. I really have to look into them and know much about them. So, they were asking different questions about what appropriate dressing is for girls, and something caught my attention, and that is one of the speakers, and her name was Mary Jo Rapini. She was an LPC, or she's an LPC. She made a statement, and she said any dressing that sexualizes, I want to read that. She said anything parents do to promote their daughter's sexuality is inappropriate. Period. So anything a daddy or a mommy does to promote a daughter's sexuality, to show too much legs, to show too much belly, or too much chest, or too much arm, is promoting sexuality. And we don't want our young girls to grow up and see themselves as symbol of sex. When we start making them see themselves as symbol of sex, we are devaluing them. We are removing the integrity in that child and making that child believe that anybody that comes across you just wants to have sex with you, and you need to look sexy for them to be able to see you as cute. There are so many clothes out there in the stores, even though the stores are not doing justice to most of them. But it depends on where you're looking and what you want for your child, especially your girl. So there are so many stores you can go, and when you go, you don't have to be in a hurry. So like that speaker said, any cloth, any clothing that promotes sexuality of a child is inappropriate. Now, children need to be free because they are still growing. Even teenagers, they want to be free. They want to jump. They want to run around. They want to be able, some of them want to be able to tumble. Some of them want to be free, not restricted, not, wearing too much short or too much shirt that is exposing and stuff like that. So please, parents, when we go out there to shop for our girls, let us take our time to shop, and let us compromise. Let us, take them along if they're old enough, maybe from 5. You have to teach them how to choose and pick their clothing, because when they go out to start shopping on their own, these are the things they'll be looking out to. You have to teach them how to, dress and see what fits. Is it covered? Is my behind covered? Or is my belly showing? Am I showing too much chest? Am I, exposing what I'm not supposed to expose? So we want to take them along and, go through each. I know it might be a lot of work, but it is worth it, because at the end of the day, both of you will buy what you want and what she likes, without, compromising values. And remember, initially at the start of this program, we talked so much about values. We talked about the value of love. And if you really love your daughter, you want to dress her up, you want to cover her up appropriately, not inappropriately. Next, I will be talking about making up for our girls. Yes, I know they are adorable. I know we can't, but oh my god, they look so cute. Let me just put a little touch of lipstick, a little touch of eyeshadow, a little touch of mascara on the eyelashes and stuff like that. But do we really understand that our children's skin are still very, very tender? We don't have to do that. And honestly, I think that is part of sexualizing them, because you're making them believe that without makeup they're not beautiful. Makeup is not to make you beautiful. It's just to enhance your look. That is what makeup is all about. It's to brighten your face. It's to enhance your look. I'm not saying makeup is wrong, but on our children, I think it is so inappropriate. You might have a different opinion. You're free to share your opinion with me. But I think on our children, it is so inappropriate. So please let us take notes. There's nothing wrong in using a chapstick or Vaseline on the lips, especially during the season, in the winter season, when it's very cold and, the lips easily chafe and it's dried. So we need to moisture our lips, and our children need to moisture their lips as well. Even for the boys, you could use just a touch of lip gloss, or just with the tip of your finger, you just apply a Vaseline on their lips, just to keep their lips moist and not dry. And you don't want to wear your lipstick on them. You don't want to wear anything colored on them, because children don't really understand the concept that, oh, maybe mommy is just doing this for me. They think that is the way it's supposed to be, and they tell you that, oh, if I don't make up, I'm not beautiful. So we have to. Personally, I do makeup, but sometimes I restrain myself from making up heavily, because my daughter tends to feel like, oh, mommy, if we're going out and I just make up lightly, that mommy, you're not made up. And I don't want to give her the impression that I always have to be makeup. I want her to understand that I don't need to be heavily made up. Yes, I can just pat my face with a powder, sometimes I don't even use foundation. Like right now, I'm not even using the foundation, it's because I'm teaching her a value to appreciate herself, to appreciate a natural self. I don't need to be all made up before she can say I'm beautiful, or before she can say she's beautiful, even though she's asking questions about makeup, which is okay for a girl. Girls are curious. They want to know why you're making up. What's the color of your lipstick? Oh, mommy, I like your lipstick. It's okay. You see, they can appreciate those things, but you don't want to start it on them early, because their skin are very tender. Apart from damaging their skin, you are also teaching them the wrong lesson. There is nothing wrong in making up for a child, a girl, when she gets to the appropriate age, as the parents decide, but when they are very young, and even teenagers, I don't think it is appropriate. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. It depends on you, but I think you should, encourage them not to be all made up like a doll before they think they're acceptable or beautiful. And briefly, I will also be talking about the shoes we wear for our daughters. Please, parents, when our children are young and when they are teenagers, they are still developing. Their bones are still developing. We don't need to, I know the stores these days, when you go to the store, you hardly find a flat, fashionable shoe. Most of the shoes come heely. But we don't necessarily have to buy heels for them. I hardly buy heels for my daughter because she is still very young. I want her bones to be strong. I want her to be, the muscles of her leg and the bones of her leg to be properly developed. You see some children when they wear heels, oh my God, I feel bad for them. Like they start walking as if, you know, someone is pushing them to walk. And it's not supposed to be like that. There is time for everything. That is what the Bible says. We don't want to hurry our children to grow up. Okay, if they start wearing heels now, you're taking off the curiosity in the heel shoes you're wearing. When they grow up, hey, they've worn it all, so it's not new to them. Yeah, some parents will argue that, well, they like it, so what can I do? Well, they like it, but you as the parent have to educate them that you have to wait until your bones and your leg muscles are properly developed before you start wearing heels. You can't start wearing heels when you are still 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. Even 13, your bones are still developing. So they have to hold on. When it's the right time for them to wear it, they can wear it. But when their bones are still developing, you as a parent, it's your responsibility as a parent to educate these children. Remember, you love them, and in showing love and affection, you don't want to spoil their posture. You don't want to destroy or spoil their bone density or the muscles of their legs. Even for adults, medically, doctors would advise that you don't wear heels for long periods of time. So please let us take cognizance of these things. We want our children to look beautiful, but not to the extreme. That's where we have to bring some boundaries in. In dressing, we have to bring boundaries in. And I'm going back to dressing because I want us to really take note of this. Now, when you dress, when your daughter is wearing a shirt or a top, you want to do the rise and praise test. The rise and praise test is when you stand in the front of the mirror or in the front of your mom or anybody and you raise up your hand. Now, when you raise up your hand, you want to be sure that you're not showing any belly and you're not showing anything at the back. You want to be sure that everything that needs to be covered is covered. Now, when you do the over and out test, you have to bend low. When you're bending low, you want to be sure that is my sleeve, am I revealing too much sleeve? Can anybody see what is underneath my shirt? Now, when anybody can see that, that means that shirt is not appropriate. I'm going to give us remedies for all of those. And the other one is the mirror test. The mirror test, this I got the rise and praise, the over and out test, the mirror test, and the I See London, I See France, I got from the book I read, Keeping the Little in My Girl, by Diana Gresh. She writes very good book. She's a Christian writer. I recommend that to every mother and every father that is interested in, you know, in the development of their children, that is interested in the life of their children. The mirror test is you want to know how short is too short. When your daughter or your son, yes, now the son comes in, this one is wearing a short or a skirt. Even you as the parent, you can try it. You want to sit in front of the mirror and you ask the child, and you sit crisscross applesauce style, sit with our legs crossed in like this, and you want to see if I can see inside my thigh. If I can see inside that pants, the short I'm wearing, that means I need to cover it up. And the I See London, I See France is when I lift up my hands or when I'm bending down, am I showing, is my underpants showing in the pants or the skirt I'm wearing? So now, in the over and out test, if your shirt is revealing so much cleavage, there are tubes you can wear. There are rib shirts you can wear, or t-shirt, or vest you can wear underneath your shirt. They can be any color. The same thing with the rise and praise test. They can be any color. Just wear it underneath, and you can, as parents, we can design, we can develop any style with whatever dress our children are wearing. Mix and play with colors for them. You know, be a fashionista, be a fashion icon. Bring up something good. When they wear a tie that is too short, let them wear, a pants that is too short and it's revealing. Let them wear a tie underneath or a stocking. even on the skirt. And if you're seeing London and France, underneath your pants you can wear the grandmother's pants that's always very big, you know, or you wear they usually sell this it's like I used to use it when I was pregnant. You know, I wear it after wearing my pants. I put it on my stomach and it covers the back of my pants. So you want to do that. You want to be creative with everything you do, you know. And remember, please, when you go out, I'll be rounding up here, but I just want us to know that when we go out to shop for our daughter, number one, anything that sexualizes my daughter is inappropriate. And what I mean by sexualizing is showing so much body. And we need to be very careful because of the pedophiles we have out there. So many of these men and women are crazy. They don't see the innocence in these children's dressing. They see it as appealing. They see it as inviting. And we want to try as much as we can to dissuade attention unnecessarily on our children. So remember, any dressing that sexualizes my child is inappropriate. Any pants that my daughter wear and is too short and is revealing her underpants is inappropriate. Now, any shirt that when I do the rise and praise is showing belly or my back, it's inappropriate. So there are rib shirts. You can get them in the boys department. You can get them in wherever, you know, there are rib shirts you can wear underneath vest. You know, you can wear underneath. It could be different colors just to pop it up and to make it more fashionable. Well, I will be stopping here, like I said, and until I see you same time next week or in 2 weeks time, keep bustling in the Lord. And remember what Paul says in the Bible. Paul says our dressing should glorify God and it should be modest. In everything we do, there should be modesty. So keep shining in the Lord and keep the modesty in your daughter. Take care and have a good day. Bye.